I've been leading churches long enough to know that it's often not the big stuff that defeats you. It's the small stuff that seems like big stuff. It's the difficulty people have in determining what's important and what isn't. In the early days of the church, there was a big controversy about whether Gentile converts should have to obey all the Jewish laws and customs that the people of God had honored historically. Some argued that to not honor the laws was to dishonor God, and that seemed like a big deal to many people. But it didn't seem like a big deal to God, who had eagerly poured out His Spirit on Gentiles who weren't even circumcised and who didn't keep the laws. So in the end, church leaders only asked the Gentile converts to honor a few Jewish laws in order that everyone could meet together without too much friction. Grace compelled them to set aside the law, and grace compelled them to honor a few bits of the law so that the strict Jews could feel at least a little reassured. In all this, the priority was on removing barriers to love and truth and on clearing the way for the preaching of the gospel. To let the big stuff be big, they had to decide what was small. And it seems to me that the whole thing was a maturing process for the church. Life is an exercise in setting priorities. Wisdom is all about determining what is a priority and what isn't. Growing in wisdom means breaking out of mindsets that are habitual or even sacred to you. Wise choices often feel like the painful steps we once took toward adulthood, realizing that we didn't understand the world very well. And grace is what lets us grow well and grow together, in spite of not having it all together. So where are you in all that? Do you really know your priorities in life? Are you able to change your mind when you need to? Can you graciously accept that imperfect means often produce more perfect results? And at the end of the day, is the gospel the thing that directs your life?